Here's my thing. I'm going to say it. I lost my virginity when I was 33 years old. Thank you. So here's the deal. In 2014, which was about 10 years later, I found myself single, and I'd been single for a long time. And so I went on this insane dating binge, and I had 28 first dates in 2014. Right? Crazy. And so, but number 28 was on December 26th. And he was like tall and smart and curious and lovely, super introverted, very different from me. But I really liked him. And the thing is, the reason I told you the super embarrassing thing was that I'm not great at dating. So my biggest problem is that I tend to overshare. Like, I tend to tell, like, I would be on a date with him, and I would be like, I would tell a story, and then I would say, that's so bizarre. That is a story you tell someone you never want to see again, you know? And he was lovely. He would say, no, that's what it means to be human. You fucked that up, or whatever, you know? He was really understanding, and so actually, when it came to be about April, my first date with him was on the day after Christmas, and then in April of 2015, we were still dating, and I actually felt like, you know what, I'm kind of killing this. Like, I at the time was hosting this like really cool show, and so, oh, I'm so interesting. And then on Valentine's Day, we had gone to a friend's show, she was in a band, and all my friends were there, so it just appeared that like I had all of these friends, and I was a social butterfly. And then, so in April, I go to his house, and I'm gonna cook him dinner. And he's a dad, and he lives in Vancouver, which is upsetting for all of us, but but he's a dad, and so what he's used to doing is like buying hamburger and like pouring Prego on it. And so he's not like a foodie. And so I thought, like, my God, I'm introducing him to so many new worlds. I'm so amazing, you know? And I'm cooking this like Thai red curry, and the house is just like filled with like the smell of basil and, you know, coconut milk and my vagina. And but I just really feel like, you know what? I am fucking killing this right now. I'm killing it. And so we're cooking dinner, and he's standing in the kitchen. He's got this giant island in the kitchen, and he's sort of standing on the other side of it, and I'm cutting up carrots, and I'm eating a carrot at the same time, and he's chatting, and he makes me laugh, and I start choking on a carrot. And it's not like a tiny little choky thing where you're like, oh, I just need a little bit of water, excuse me. I was really coughing, and coughing to the point where I'm like 44 years old at the time. I pee a little bit every time I cough. And then it starts to get worse, and I'm coughing a lot, and I am peeing a lot. And I wear skirts all the time, and so it starts running down my leg. And he's got a hardwood floor, and he's got this floral mat in front of his sink that his fucking ex-wife bought that I fucking hate. And I am pissing all over it. There is a puddle of pee on his horrible floral mat in front of his sink. And he's standing on the other side, and he's looking at me, and he's concerned, and he's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" You know, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine," and I'm drinking wine, and I'm just like, "No, I'm good." And so I finally finish, and there is pee in my shoes. There's pee all the way down my leg. My underwear is super soaked, and he's asking me, "What can I get you? What can I do for you?" And I was like, I'm gonna need a time machine. I wanna go back 5 years and tell myself to do more Kegels, because this, but honestly, I was just like, don't come near me. I am a monster. Like, I want a fucking Silkwood shower right now. I honestly, like, I didn't know what to do, and my mind was racing, and I was like, what can I do? Like, I could start a little fire, and then, like, that would distract everybody. If the whole kitchen were engulfed in flames, nobody would notice a little bit of pee. You know? And I was like, how many kitchen fires are started by people who pee their pants? But I was just like, and I stood there and I thought of like all of those women I'd been, right? I thought of like the cool like show host and the fucking social butterfly, and I was like, they're dead. They're all dead, and they're lying on this fucking kitchen floor like flopping around in piss. But I just realized I cannot hide this. I can't hide this. So he said, what do you need? And I said, I need a pair of underwear, because I pretty much just peed my pants. I just peed my pants. And he was just like, oh, okay. And so he turns around and he goes upstairs and he gets me some boxer briefs, which don't look as sexy on me as they do on Justin Bieber, FYI. So, and thank God he went up to get them, because then I could clean up the puddle, because he didn't realize he was across the island. And so I cleaned up the puddle, and then he brought me the boxer briefs, and I put them on, and I balled up my pee underwear, and I put them in my purse. I'm sorry, but what the fuck do you do? So I put my pee underwear in my purse, and I washed my shoes, and I took the mat outside, hoping that like some raccoons would do something with it that would be grosser. But anyway, he kept talking, and he kept like, let's go have dinner. And then we did. And the whole time he was talking, all I could just think, I just peed earlier. I just peed on your floor. But then we sat on the couch and we watched an episode of Breaking Bad. And then what I had been thinking was, how do you bring sexy back after that? How do you still make them attracted to you? But we watched the episode and we make some depends jokes, and then we made out, and then, you know, we fucked, which is what people do, and it was fine. And I was like, oh, he likes humans. Like, I'm dating somebody who likes humans, and that's great. So my advice to you is, my dating advice would be, just buy like a family-sized can of Lysol and hope for the best.